Today, we'll discuss about breakthroughs around worthiness. I want us to watch together a scene from the movie The Joy Luck Club about how Rose is having a breakthrough around her worthiness. How does that look like? Yeah, and then we'll discuss more and talk about your breakthroughs, my breakthroughs around our worthiness. I think it's a work that is in continuous progress, but once we have that first glimpse on how we connect with our own essence, something profound shifts in our identity.
You're not taking any part of me because you don't know who I am. I died 60 years ago. I died for my daughter's sake. Now get out of my house.
I'm listening.
It's not your fault. None of it. I was the one who told you that my love wasn't good enough. That your love was worth more than mine. I was so full of shit.
And so what is very moving in this scene is that she is connecting with her worthiness and is coming from experiencing pain, understanding the patterns that they exist in her family, is owning like, you don't take any part of me, right? So that's like when we actually don't feel worthy, when we make those silent decisions in our mind that we don't feel worthy, we actually give up parts of ourselves. We don't feel enough, and others can see us for who we are because we don't own it first to ourselves. We think others need us to do in order for us to earn our worthiness. In the end, it doesn't get us what we think is going to get us. It's not getting us the love, the respect, the healthy relationship that we crave, the harmony, because we are not truly ourselves into that relationship. What is beautiful in this scene and what is happening, and I totally relate because I've been in that place where I didn't own who I am, and I was doing things that I thought this is what means to be a good wife, and I tried to perform those things, but in the end you don't get a really appreciation for the things that you perform. Real love and appreciation comes from really knowing who you are and doing things from that place of who you are. You don't let others break you apart, take things from you, and you say, it's okay like that. For example, last week I went in to do my hair and I noticed myself because I was like already working around this concept of worthiness. I was questioning more of how experiences, what kind of breakthroughs did I have? And I was just at the reception, and then the owner came and welcomed me, and he said like, oh, you should actually come inside and stay on the couch because, here's the bench. Other times I would have said, I know it's okay, like I can stay on the bench and wait like a few minutes. But instead of being like, I don't want to disturb, I said like, oh, that couch actually looks more comfortable. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I allow myself to actually go and comfortably wait on the couch. And I know that at other times, without this awareness, I would have said, oh no, it's okay, I can wait here, no problem. So I would shrink myself. I wouldn't allow the invitation. We do this so many times. We are in relationships that are richer. I had a client and she had a husband with multiple businesses, very successful, and she was taking care of their 3 kids at home, running the home. She was really charming, but then she was not feeling worthy of what she had because of what her husband was actually adding to the table. She was thinking that her husband is better because of the financial situation he was like, for the money he was bringing. She was not valuing who she was as a person, as a spirit. This is what happens when you just value what do you do, and we like label what do we do and how much money we make with our worth, instead of seeing who you are and the things that you do from your heart. They're actually adding so much value in that you are worthy of all the things that are given to you. This is a breakthrough I had. In the end, we die. So for me, it was like everything I use, everything I create, everything I experience, it is now. I can allow myself to have it because in the end, I will not take anything with me. I'm not here to take anything from anybody. Therefore, I can be who I am right now. Another one in terms of breakthrough was that I now reflected that I'm 40 right now, but reflecting back on, when you look at your kids and they say, oh my God, they are so big. You look at the mirror and you notice wrinkles and you say, oh my God, I'm actually getting old. And you feel inside the same as when you are 15. I feel the same. It's like my consciousness, who I am, is beyond time. Body is changing, the world is changing, but who I am is the same. How I express this, who I am, might be different. I feel more confident. I understand more about the world. But looking at who am I am surprised when I see myself, when I see that the time has passed. While I've been involved in doing different things and achieving and trying to build my worth or my value in this world, one question that shifted my perception in terms of worthiness that is in the world, I asked this question, what is normal? Because for me, it was normal growing up to live in the village, to feed the animals, to work the field. When I started to question my worthiness, I felt less, right? Through comparison with other types of normal. For example, for my kids, is it normal to travel the world? Is it normal to meet people from different cultures? Is it normal to speak different languages, learn new languages? But the kind of normal they are accustomed, that they are perceiving, is totally different. One aspect that I think is overlooked is like, you are enough, you are worthy. I think one thing that we have to address is that we cannot remove external validation or the need for external validation. What I realized in terms of your worthiness and the need for the external validation is that we need to look for people who are actually seeing us for who we are. So we allow people that are actually mirroring that greatness, that wholeness that we experience with ourselves. Once we do that, it's exactly how in the clip with Rose felt when she connected with worthiness. The other people were like, I'm listening. I can see you. I am interested on who you are, what you experience, and what are your needs. People actually want the real you. People want you to actually succeed in valuing yourself, valuing your worthiness, because therefore you're going to see them and value their worthiness. And we need this. It says, like Lisa Feldman Barrett said, I think, wonderful thing, like the best thing for a human being is another human being. At the same time, the worst thing for our nervous system is another human being, because it affects our well-being, who we surround ourselves with. From my experience is that most people remove themselves automatically because you don't need them anymore to fulfill any gap that you feel inside. So they don't have a role to play anymore. That is toxic, right? On the other side, other people are going to lean in. Those are the people that you can move forward with. We need that validation. We need that support. We need to be seen. It's like kids, right? Like when they start to do things, right? Like, mommy, look at me, see me, validate me. I want to be seen. So we want to be seen. We want to be validated. We have this thing. Another thing that I want to let you with is that when we acknowledge our normal, doesn't mean that is a less normal than other normals. It's just a different type of normal. And that puts you in the position that you are okay, they are okay. Therefore, what you are comparing in terms of wealth or in terms of looks, those are things that we automatically compare. But when we notice that we make this comparison and this leads us to feel superior, or we can feel inferior. But when you realize that this is just different, then you might lean in with questions. If there's something that you want to add those things into your new normal, because the more you are curious, the more you get familiar with different types of normal. That's how you expand your normal. And we feel worthy of the things that are normal. We don't question, oh, am I worthy of that? Oh, I have the imposter syndrome. Like I was feeling weird when I hired a cleaner for the first time. It was not part of my normal. But then I talked to people, to other families, other mothers, and they were like, normal. normal. They've been doing that thing through generations. And I was like, oh, this is just for other people. They have different types of normal. And I've just leveled up to this kind of normal. Definitely it feels better, right? Having some help. Once I opened myself to different kinds of normal and accepted it and get familiar and talk with people that are doing things differently, then easily became my new normal as well. Another part in terms of worthiness, right? When we invest in ourselves. So for example, I had to increase my coaching prices over time because I felt like I'm investing so much, like in courses or coaching. I feel like what we are aiming for and keeping the same prices, it feels like an imbalance in the transaction, but at the emotional level. It's not actually about the money, but it's like in terms of time, energy, work. It's not a good investment of my time anymore, or it's not helping the person grow anymore. So therefore, what I've done is like I inform the people, right? Like I'm raising my prices. So this are my new prices right now. I can recommend you other coaches that can working kind of at the same price range, and they are like more beginners and they need this and they are using kind of the same framework and they are good people. It's just that I cannot go and continue at the same price range. It just doesn't feel right for me. You know, some people did choose to actually go to other coaches and some people did choose to continue working with me. I always do this like self-assessment if the transaction feels like growth, right? Like it feels like everybody is expanding because of that. The more you do things from an alignment with who you are creating more value in the world. So I think the last part about worthiness in terms of worthiness and money is a big subject. I'm not going to cover it here. What I found for myself is that when you do things in alignment with who you are and you expand from that place, that's when you can experience like real fulfillment in the end, right? You can go and build success, add value to the world, make a lot of money, whatever it is that you want on the outside. But if it's coming from the things that you want, from the inside, from the desire to express yourself, to live up to your own potential, we feel so much more joy by actually acting on our own potential. You can always fail and take feedback because it's only what you do. It doesn't affect who you are. You can ask questions around not what's wrong with me. You ask questions like, and how can I do it differently? And what have I learned by doing this? There is a huge distinction when we talk about our worthiness, like who we are as a person, that inner self, that inner essence that doesn't change over time versus the things that we do, even the things that we think that can change. We change how we see things and how I understand things. I talked with a friend of mine and she said, you know, I had a breakthrough in my worthiness by doing two things. So first she said, when friends asked me to, go for a coffee on a Sunday morning, I said no because I imagine myself, she made a prediction of her Sundays. Do I want on my Sunday morning to wake up and get dressed, go in the cold and have a coffee with the same colleagues from work that I see every day of the week? And then she said, no, actually, I want to chill and I want to have a tea and read a book on a Sunday morning. And she said no. And so like other times I was like, oh, but other people want me to be there. They want to be part of this. So she will make the decision not from her own like needs and based on what she thought, like she imagined what other people actually need because they ask. Another thing she said, I bought a pair of shoes. They were like double the price that I would normally pay for a pair of shoes. I still remember when I didn't look for the price, but I looked for the exact shoes that I would want to wear and feel comfortable and amazing. I think these little breakthroughs, like buying the things that we want, allowing ourselves to invest because it's not going to bankrupt us. I want this because it's going to make me feel so great, like every time I wear them, right? Let me know if you've done something similar as well. That's my ramble around worthiness. So let me know your breakthroughs around worthiness and let's keep the discussion like what questions can help you where we face that we shrink our worthiness. We shrink who we are and we make decisions from a place that is smaller version of ourselves instead of the complete whole beautiful version of who we are into this world. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.